So this is the current best deck in the game, and I cannot say that I am surprised. I'm not surprised because I was able to win multiple games by turn 4 with this deck. If you're able to get the Void Touch Attendant out, the game's basically just over if they don't have an immediate response to it, especially if you give it Divine Shield with the Guardian Aug Merchant. My god, this deck just does not lose. I will say that this deck can sometimes lose to hard control decks like Control Priest and Warrior that can deal with minions on board, because this deck doesn't have as much burst as, say, Face Hunter or Burn Shaman. You only have Void Shard, Mr. Smite, and the Defias Lepers and your hero power, whereas, you know, Hunter and Shaman have multiple other spells. So keep that in mind. You sometimes don't want to always overcommit to the board, but other than that, if you're not into a hard control deck, flood the board as fast as you can every single time, slam them in the face, try to get Void Touch Attendant, and win the game really, really soon. In terms of mulligans, the main cards you want to go for are Trog, Peasant, Tour Guide, the Attendant, Aug Merchant, and the Freshman, basically all the 1-drops. And don't keep Aug Merchant if you don't have a 1-drop because it's only good with other things, and that's about it. Everything else you can get rid of unless you have the coin, in which case I keep the Wriggling Whore and Mancrick. So if you like fun educational content like this, you should like, comment, and subscribe, and ask me any questions if you have them, and then also check out my VODs channel in the description if you want to watch my full unedited streams where you can see more gameplay of wins, losses, and multiple decks. I really like playing Trog turn 1. I think Trog turn 1 is probably one of the most annoying things. The Freshman, it's kind of annoying, and I don't want to keep Raise Dead. Although it's got a decent win rate when kept, but I think you only want to keep it like if you have Void Touched Attendant in your hand or something. So we'll keep both of these 1-drops. We have stuff to play. We'll play, like I said, the Trog turn 1. We can even give it Divine Shield next turn. We can go like give it Divine Shield and play the Freshman. And then I don't really know what he's supposed to do about this. Then we just pressure him, do a decent amount of damage, do some chip damage, and then eventually win the game. We need new decks. I mean, the mini set did some stuff, right? Like the mini set allowed for some new things, but at the end of the day, I've already tried out most of them. I've tried out several KAZAKUSAN decks. I'm trying out Lady Prester decks, but I don't want to do more than one of those a day. He's slowly but surely pinging this down. Guardian Aug Merchant, we can give that Divine Shield, I guess, and hero power. He's gonna coin out the Reckless Apprentice next turn, but it's not like there's anything I could do about it, right? I've just got to apply pressure and hope he doesn't have it. And even if he does, the 1/3 lives, I guess, which is kind of cool. Ecor, it's not that aggro is too fast. The problem is the questline Warrior has infinite value. They can be slower than you, and they still win because of Juggernaut. Yeah, I guess that's true. Quest Warrior is kind of insane. Like, it's actually a top tier deck again. Despite the nerfs and everything, and it falling to like a 48% win rate briefly, it's back up to a 53% win rate in decent ranks, so kind of unfortunate. We're not gonna do anything. We're not gonna waste these cards, the 2 legendaries. Honestly, there's a reason why in some situations I don't like some of these legendaries, especially Serena. I think Serena's fine and can be really annoying. But also, a lot of the time, I wish I'd rather just have the 2/3 that pumped a minion plus 2 or HP. I feel like it's just better, but maybe that's just me. Wait a minute, this is Mizaki, I just realized. Which is why he had to kill the Trog. What if I steal his life or his spell damage minion? Would that be better to steal the spell damage minion?
I've got plenty of mojo to go around.
Let's just do it. We'll play the Trog too. I mean, if he plays spells, I get value, so it's not that big of a deal. He misses out on some spell damage, which I mean, isn't a huge deal, but like if I draw... No! I'm gonna lose. My bet is he has Mizaki already, and he's just waiting to play it until probably like turn 6 or something. You could brain freeze it. Yeah, he gets his 1/3 back. Not that big of a deal. Flurry, fair enough. I think I'd make this a 2/4, right? If I Serena this. I don't want to play the Leper until I have Mr. Smite or one of these. Honestly, decent. This becomes, I think, a 2/4, 2/3. I mean, it's still got the spell damage, which is annoying, but his spells cost more, which is nice, I guess. But yeah, I think control is pretty fun. Yeah, played you. See how fun control is? Basically, you have the removal against board-based decks. Then you win most of the time, unless... I mean... You're saying this sarcastically, I know, because you have made comments on my channel before about it. And I disagree. I think control is an interactive, fun style of deck. Because I'd rather play that and have my decisions matter than just, you know, face. Nothing against aggro face decks. I mean, I play them all the time as well. I'm playing one right now because I know people like playing a ton of different things. But I don't know. Twilight Deceptor. We get Void Shard. He's close to being dead. I couldn't quite kill him. If I had had it in my hand at the beginning, he would still actually only be at 1. If he has Mizaki, he wins. It's about a 55-60% chance he has Mizaki. I'm assuming it's the card that's been in his hand since the beginning of the game, actually. And if it is... Well, he hasn't played Incanter's Flow. So even if he does have Mizaki, it's going to be a little bit hard for him to win the game. But I agree about the Highlander thing. Highlander allows you to play so many new, creative, interesting decks. And tech cards that you normally wouldn't see. Like, I don't know. There are a lot of cards that are like, almost good enough, but not quite. We get rid of everything. We don't have a good 1-drop to play. I guess the Og Merchant could have been good. But I need to have another 1-drop to play. Like, if I don't have one, there's nothing I can do. Shadow, though, that's good. We get to play this turn 1. We have another freshman. That's not bad, actually. We can hit and then do this, and then basically... So against Druid, essentially what you want to do is you want to flood the board as fast as you can, really, really hard. They can't really deal with wide boards, and then you'll win the game. Slap, draw another card, pass, next turn, play this. Probably pump up the 2/5s because they're going to be more annoying to do. No, we're going to pump up the 2/3. To play around lightning or lunar eclipse by 1. He's gonna play a Guff turn 2. I mean, why is it every druid I play against has the most insane start? I mean, even the not insane start is like overgrowth. And you don't have Guff, but you still get to 10 mana in a matter of like a few moments. It's absurd. I don't think throwing a copy of Reader in this is necessary. You win the game pretty quickly. You have Raise Dead for more resources. You have the Twilight Deceptor and Thrive in the Shadows for more resources. And a couple of later game cards. Like, it's not bad. This is going to be Overgrowth. He's going to be at 9 or 6 mana already. Like, how am I supposed to compete with this? He had the nuts. He had Overgrowth and Guff every single time. We'll shoot. We will then Og Merchant, the 2/5, I guess, and keep going face. Just keep applying pressure. I mean, he is overloaded and no Lightning Blooms left, so it's not like he can Lightning Bloom out Cenarian Ward double activated. He'll have to wait at least 2 turns before he can do that, so I'm going to have to win the game in 2 turns. Do you think I need to have premium in order to get any use out of Hearthstone Replay? I feel like 2 or 3 days behind what the meta is actually doing. I can definitely say that the premium does help a lot, and being able to look at the stats from Diamond through Legend is probably best, because that's the largest sample size, and players are decent to pretty good in that rank category. Where if you're looking at people in Bronze, Silver, or Gold, or Bronze through Gold, and a day or 2 behind, like, yeah, you can still get a basic gist of what's going on. It's just not going to be as representative the higher ranks that you go. So I think premium is probably ideal. I pay for premium, but that's just me.
Golden rare.
Serene. I can make her a decently strong minion. So then we're gonna do this. Might be wondering, Ecor, what are you doing trading? Well, actually, it's a plan. We raise dead then. And then we get to pump these minions up again to get more damage and stats. Then we can give Divine Shield to this minion. And then we just go hard face with these guys. And now this is good pressure and stats on board. We've got 2 Void Shards and you can hero power him and basically finish him off next turn. Even if it's Cenarian Ward, unless Cenarian Ward gives him Moarg Forge Fiend. And if he gets the Forge Fiend, then my god, we are in for a long one. Maybe I express myself poorly. Your decisions are secondary depending on the matchup. For example, if you're playing against Garrote Rogue and you get matched against a Control Priest, you're most likely going to win. I mean, that's the case for most card games, though. Like, that's just how card games are. It's a rock, paper, scissors. It always has been, always will be. Right? Like, that's just how card games are. Like, usually it goes aggro beats combo. Combo beats control, control beats aggro. We're 1 damage short. I kind of feel like maybe I could have gone face with 1 more damage. Maybe I traded the wrong thing. I don't know. But if he gets Cenarian Ward, we are in a world of hurt. Does your voice get tired from streaming LOL? Not usually while I'm streaming, or even like after. But it definitely gets really, really sore like the next morning. I'll be like, my goodness. And then, you know, I'll go about my day. And I know there's like the whole morning voice thing and the whole like morning, you haven't had water in a while and whatever and your throat's dry. So obviously there's some underlying variables to that. But it's more than it used to be. He heals 8, but I don't think that's going to be enough, right? Like we get to go boom, 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 and then boom, and he's dead. I have been winning games without the Void Touch Attendant. Imagine if I was able to double my damage output with this card. We're definitely not keeping double Void Shard, but we'll keep the Guardian Og Merchant with the coin, because if we can get like a 1-drop and give a Divine Shield, it can be insane. Okay, this is great, this is great, this is fantastic. So, here's what we're gonna do. He is probably gonna be Quest, he's gonna play the Quest. I am going to play Void Touch Attendant, coin, Guardian Og Merchant. Actually, hold up. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I still do it. Give a Divine Shield, that way it's almost impossible to kill this turn. I think it is impossible to kill because he can't even SI Extortion it. Then next turn it'll be boom, boom, hit, hit, hero power. And we're basically out of cards because Dark Bishop Benedictus is an absolute doo-doo card. But it does allow for this deck to be as aggressive as it is, so I mean, it's not that bad. We'll see. Are there any legendaries I can drop to play Quest Rogue instead of the... Already have Quest and Tenwu. I mean, Scabs is good, but not necessary. You could just run another SI card. Right? Like, you could run, what's it called? There's a card. I forgot what it was, but... You'll know it when you see it. The, it's a 4-mana 5/4, gets rid of a secret. It's an SI card. It's pretty good. You can run another copy of that to progress your quest faster. If you want. That's probably the best thing to put in if you want to take out any legendaries.
This guy's
I'm fine with that. We're gonna give it Divine Shield again and then just keep plowing face. Smack, 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 hit here. I'd rather just kill that off. Might as well. Raise dead, be able to play a couple of things next turn. Not bad. Hopefully we can get a Void Touch Attendant. Because he's probably going to focus on killing that Tenwu. And then he's going to kill the 1/1. Progressing his quest even further. What is his gizmo? Be a minion. Just be a small little... No! No. Okay. We can talk about this. Game. We can talk about this. Please just give me the Void Touch Attendant, not 2 Guardian Og Merchants. Thank God. We're just rushing him down as quickly as possible. It's gonna be close. But I don't think we're gonna be able to win because he got the weapon that was the worst one he could have gotten. Bounce. would have been fine. But the weapon is essentially able to kill off 3 of my minions in the end. And, I mean, I could still win for sure. Not if he has all of the good responses, man. Not if he has, like, not a bad hand. If I were playing, it would be an awful hand. I'd have, like, an SI Informant and, like, Mr. Smite and Scabs in my hand. But instead, he has the nuts. But anyway, he probably hits the 1-1. I can maybe hit him one more time. Void Shard's huge. Deceptor would be decent. You're kidding me, man. Are you serious? Then he gets to control what goes on the top of my deck. Play these, ping them. I mean, it's close, but I don't think I'm going to have the resources to finish him off. Do you have a consistent schedule, by the way? This is basically the schedule.
So, what's the rub?
Sure, he did end up having an informant, but after playing all of these things, like, that's insane. All of his minions live barely. I mean, Serena would be great against the 8-8, but really what I want is damage. Twilight Deceptor is not bad. If this gives me Void Shard, I can win. If it gives me Thrive in the Shadows, I can win. If it gives me Raise Dead, it's gonna be harder. Gives me Void Shard. Okay, I win next turn, assuming I don't die. But I think it's pretty likely that I do die. All he needs to do is have the Battle Master. No, Scabs gives him 5 damage, and I'm dead. GG, well played. No, it only gives him 2. I mean 4. He's off by 1 currently. He's off by 1 damage. That's sad. I know this is TOS, but I need to get rid of my BattleNet balance, so I'm selling packs 30% off. Gifted to your BattleNet. Yeah, well, if anybody wants to do that, I mean, I don't want to be affiliated with this, so talk about it off stream, but I will not, like, discuss it here. I mean, Peasant turn 1's not bad. I like Man Crick. If I can get another 1-drop, that'd be great. If he's Quest and he plays, what's it called? That's not gonna be great. Oh, we can actually play Peasant turn 1, coin Man Crick, then Thrive, and then Guardian Og Merchant. And that plays around Quest pretty well because Perpetual Flame won't do jack against this. That's not bad. Cool, okay. So I'm gonna go Peasant, then it's gonna go coin Man Crick, and then it's gonna go Thrive in the Shadows, get Olgra, and then give Divine Shield to the 3-7, and then he's gonna sit there against a 3-4, a 3-7, a 2-1, and that's a lot of damage. Okay. He has already completed the first part of his quest, turn 1, and I don't get to draw an extra card. That's wild. I'm playing Beaster and losing. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes you just go against bad decks. Like, I went against literally Control Warrior, this deck's worst matchup, which sucked. I've gone against 2 Quest Shamans, which again are this deck's like one of its worst matchups. So like the fact that, I mean, it's a small sample size, right? So having 4 losses and going against 3 Quest Shamans and a Control Warrior makes sense. It makes sense that I lose. Quest Shaman's actually really, whoa. They actually was able to kill that? That's crazy, dude. Thrive in the Shadows. This gives me Olgra. And they're going to give this Divine Shield. I mean, do I need to give a Divine Shield right now? I guess there's a world where I don't, and I could play Tour Guide. And shoot him. No, let's just give a Divine Shield just in case something weird happens. But yeah. It's fine. Quest Shaman, yeah, it's a bad matchup. Shaman in general is a bad matchup because this is a very board-based aggro deck with little direct damage other than like Void Shard. And they have ways of freezing boards and or killing boards with Perpetual Flame. That's annoying. Okay, cool.
That was a mistake.
Here for the tour?
Let's pump these up. And then go trade, hit. I'm trying to play around Perpetual Flame with this, and I know I technically do 1 less damage this way, but I play around the most important removal card, so I'm gonna go with that. And then this will maybe give me Raise Dead, which might help me here. I mean, you basically have lethal already. I guess if they don't have Perpetual Flame, it's winnable. He can freeze the 4/7. That's unfortunate. Another Void Shard's not bad though. Let's go smack. Well, wait. We can go hit. And then do this. Wait, actually, do I have lethal? 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 14. It's not enough damage to kill him, so we'll just draw a card.
Pray with me.
Do I want to raise dead right now? The answer is not really. What would I get off of that? Nothing yet. I'm just trying to thin out my deck. And then we will hero power his face to do maximum damage, and he should die to a Void Shard hero power next turn. And no, I didn't put damage into Shield Shatter. It still gives him 5 armor, guys. I only did 4 damage. He didn't even end up losing all of the armor. Right? Perpetual Flame does that, it's fine. Unless I miscounted and he had armor from before. Is this the matchup? I'm trying to find the matchup so I can... I think it was this one.
Gold is rare.
Where did it go? What the heck? Well, that's weird. And he's dead. Got him.
For the light.
I would say odds are we are both an aggro priest. I feel like that's the most likely. And I would like a 1-drop, please. In terms of mulligan win rates, I just want to make sure I'm not messing anything up. And like keep rates, Wriggling Horror is capped about 50% of the time. And I feel like he's best with the coin, because I can coin him out alongside some other stuff. So I will keep him in the hopes that I get a 1-drop. I do. Fantastic. And I would like to Thrive in the Shadows a Man-Crick, if at all possible. Okay, we will play Trog and Peasant turn 1, and then play the Wriggling Horror turn 2, even if only one of them ends up surviving. Because now he has to choose, like, do I want to remove this, or do I want to remove this and let him get an extra 1/2? Is there a 3-mana dragon? Oh, Brightwing. He could have Brightwing, I guess, technically, to fight against me early game. Draw an extra card. Love to see. You love to see it, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you love to see it. Broken. Priest doesn't really have any response to damage before turn 5 with Condemn, or even turn 4 with Hysteria.
Yes.
So I'm pretty sure we just play this and the Frazzled Freshman. I'm trying to think about what removal, because he doesn't have the coin. I guess this could be the dragon that does 3 damage to everything.
No time.
We're still going to commit like this, though. He would have had to have gotten that dragon and have a Holy and Shadow Spell in his hand. I guess it's possible. Could have just played Wriggling Horror and done more damage, but this sets up... No, it sets up the exact same amount of damage. I shouldn't have done that. I should have just played Wriggling Horror. Because if I play Wriggling Horror, I still do 2 more damage. And then I still have, like, I get one more minion, I guess, technically. I have one more minion, I guess, technically now. Because I get to attack with the Void Touch Attendant itself. So even though Wriggling Horror was technically, like, 2 less damage, it was a much safer play, and I had extra burst potential with the Attendant, but it's fine. We're going to pump up these two, because these two would survive
But how?
big board clears. And by big board clears, I mean specifically the dragon, if he does end up having it. And I feel like at this point we've done enough damage to where even if he has Hysteria, we've got this and Hero Power. Then we've got this to maybe get a Void Shard and then finish him off with Smite. I think it should be okay. I think we just rush him down. But yeah, I feel like we've played against several bad matchups today with this deck. And like Big Spell Mage, arguably the worst matchup for this deck of all of the matchups, except Fell Demon Hunter. Then we played against Control Warrior, the next worst one, and then two Quest Shamans, which were really, really bad as well. There, boom, I told you he was going to have that. I'm surprised he didn't play it before. He would have wiped more things unless he actually didn't have a Holy Spell, which is what I was thinking was going on.
I see the void.
3, 3, 3, 3. Okay, GG. And we save extra stuff so we can play this and this next turn, and yeah, we did maximum damage. Cool. This is actually a really good starting hand. This is actually super good. Holy moly. Well, let me rephrase that. It's pretty good. And if we get a Raise Dead and we can get back some of these things, it can be some nice burst damage. I'd like another 1-drop, please. No shot you're gonna Fury Hero Power kill it. Oh. We do get another 1-drop. We are going to go boom, boom. Hero Power face, hit him, pass. I mean, we basically, I'm pretty sure this is not the best matchup in the world, especially if he coins out a thing turn 2. You're gonna go face? You're gonna race me? Do you not realize my entire build is just aggro? I mean, sure, dude. Whatever floats your boat, we'll race. I'm fine. I'm fine racing you to the finish line, man. What the heck? I mean, even if I didn't get the other Void Touch Attendant, I'm pretty sure I still win. He now has to figure out a way to kill them off. Oh, that's actually pretty good for him, actually. I will admit. A little bit spicy. A little crazy. Cult Neophyte, not bad. We can play another minion. It makes spells cost more. No, wait, we just yoinked this, and he's dead. Loser. 3, 3, 3, 3. That's a turn 4 lethal, baby. That is a legitimate turn 4 lethal. That's crazy. We're looking for 1-drops. Arguably, some of those cards are pretty good, but we're looking for 1-drops. Oh, it's gonna be, It's gonna be Quest Rogue. He's not gonna have an SI Extortion. We're gonna drop the Trog, and he's gonna cry. It's gonna be great. Great content and gaining more viewers every stream. Go Equal. Well, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Excuse me, that was kind of gross. My apologies. But yeah, I have been growing. It's pretty cool. There's the quest. Another Trog. Let's go. I actually think that instead of dropping the Attendant like I did in the last game, I'm going to just play Wriggling Horror. Actually, no. This is too much damage to pass up. I mean, this is an extra 3 damage, and if he now uses removal to kill the 1/3, it gives me 2 more Trogs, which I think is just too strong to pass up. Dude, it is so annoying playing a quest deck and then having someone play the Trog turn 1. The amount of times that I've, like, if I were playing a game with, like, a controller, the amount of time I would have theoretically, like, thrown the controller is uncountable. Because of this stupid Trog card. I mean, to be fair, I'm kind of playing it right now, but it's so frustrating. I mean, rogues have no real good removal. Even though we don't get full value out of the Trogs, it's still better to just flood the board than not flood the board at this point. What? I think is a language thing. I'm trying to figure out how you were talking about that. I think is a language thing. This is another literal turn 4 lethal. Like, I'm telling you, this deck is so strong if you can get the Void Touch Attendant and or Trog right at the beginning of the game. And if you get both, it's just unstoppable.